r/Askreddit by Reddit and chill. What is that one thing you want but are convinced you'll never get? Going back in time. I'd like to restart my life. All unsaved progress up until this point will be lost. Are you sure? YN. Acceptance from the inner voice in my head. I'm not inherently negative or pessimistic, but I constantly look at everything in my life and think I could do better. I could exercise more. I could eat out less. I could work harder. I could save more. I could spend this time learning a new program. etc, etc. Eventually I calm down and accept that I'm not, but the little voice is always there. It would be nice to find true complacency with that voice to a point where it doesn't become just being apathetic or unmotivated, but rather becoming content with who I am, what I'm capable of, and where I am in my life. It's a work in progress. My goal is to have more positive days than negative. Keeping the bar attainable. Edit. Thanks for the gold. The lead role in a play. One I didn't put on for my parents in my living room. I mean, that's funny. I'd like to write a play someday. We'll join our forces. Motivation. I don't seem to be able to make myself care about anything. Same every night before bed. I tell myself tomorrow will be the day you wake up early enough to have some peace in the morning. And every day 7 rolls around, my alarm goes off and I set it back 15 minutes and then 15 minutes and then 15 minutes and then I've got 5 minutes to get ready for work. Rinse and repeat for the last 6 years of my life. The worst part is waking up at 4, 5, 6 am and I feel like I could run a marathon. But instead I lay back down and wake up later feeling like trash. Enough money to live instead of surviving. Capital F. Answers about the universe that I really wanna know, like if there's any complex life in the universe and how the universe started. I share this one. Hard to accept I won't be here when humans communicate with alien life. If we do. Friends that aren't just online. And a girlfriend. Basically, an offline social life. How much time do you spend online versus IRL? A job I genuinely enjoy doing. Which sounds shitty when I look at what I do. Software engineer. Probably way overpaid. 30 days PTO every year. Great benefits. I just don't like doing it. Same. I have a great job. Awesome flexibility. Decent pay. Respect. Pretty easy. Not manual labor. Good benefits and time off. Honestly nothing to complain about. But man, every day I feel my soul being crushed a little bit more while I look out the window at the outside world. I feel terrible complaining about it. But I just don't want to be doing it. Just 11 more years though. I want to have a family of my own. I really can't imagine a future stable enough for that to happen, but I'm trying. I want children in my future. But not if I can't afford to give them the childhood and life that they deserve. Anything less than I had will not be acceptable. I feel so guilty at the thought of bringing another human being into this. It's awful. A content. Maybe happy life. Yeah. Man. I wish I could find happiness in doing what I want to do with my life as opposed to what I have to do. Work full time. Take care of my disabled wife. Our pets. The house. Staying in school to stay marketable. Etc. I just feel that suffering immeasurably is what good guys are supposed to do for their families. And there is honor in that. And I do get some happiness from it. I just wish it were enough. But then again, if I lived my life the way I wanted, I'd just stay wasted 24/7 playing computer games. P. Retirement. Amen to that. My only real hope is that when the big vapor lock hits, I manage to stumble off company grounds so they can't harvest my organs. Live. Sir. You're on Reddit. Live. A significant other to that extent as well. But even if there wasn't, and so, I desperately want to just feel like I am loved or deserving of love. To feel like it's okay for me to be here. That someone would want me around because they've seen something good in me. Yeah. That last line killed me. Happiness. Listen. I know this is going to sound crazy. And a lot of people are going to come in here and tell you all these empty platitudes about how happiness will come to you, but here is the truth. The key to happiness is finding a friend, a romantic partner, or a person you are comfortable with because you paid them. Pour some warm water in a cup and dip your balls in the cup. Then have the other person take a straw and blow it into the water. This is called a balcuzzi, and it is the secret to happiness the oligarchs don't want you to know. If you are a female, tits work as a substitute. But you will need 2 people, 2 straws, or a really big cup with one person who has really strong lungs. I promise you will get through this, and the sun will shine upon you another day. Letter from Hogwarts. Edit. OMG, my first award ever. Thank you. You're a wizardary. I really want to be a regular at a bar somewhere. I want to walk in after a long day, nod to the hostess, sit at my table in the corner, and when the grizzled bartender says hey Liebenort, the usual, I just nod or say make it a double, Frank. And then I sit there and smoke a pipe and read a book and watch all the bright young things going about the dance of life while the shadows grow long and the candles burn short. Won't ever happen. Because I don't actually want to be an alcoholic sad sack. And B, because I'm a bit of a foodie and I can't see myself ever being content with one bar or one type of drink. I had that one too. I almost became one when I used to go to this anarchist coot bar where the staff were either friends or acquaintances introduced by said friends. I could use the same as usual thing with my barman friend, but that's just because I verbalized the fact that I always wanted to say that and he humored me. The usual was a glass of my favorite mead in this case. A few days before that bar was due to close, I did another thing I always wanted to do. A round of shooters for the entire bar. Cost me $65-70 I. Not too bad. Tequila for everyone as a gesture of thanks for the good times. Peace of mind. I have ADHD, they don't believe in it. Where I live. A job that pays a livable wage. Relief from constant pain. The only thing that works is marijuana. But I work in an industry with random piss tests. So I can't even relax with a joint and enjoy a pain-free weekend. Dependent on where you live. But would you qualify for medical marijuana, and would that exempt you during drug testing? Decent mental health. I had finally climbed out of years of depression and general misery. Was feeling the best I'd really ever felt in life. Suddenly hit with a wave of insane night terrors. I'll wake up to my parents terrified because I'd been screaming and smashing at the walls in my sleep. I can't ducking win. I believe in you, mate. You can do it. A house. Me too. At the rate I'm saving, it will take another 2 decades for a down payment. Then I will be dead before paying off the 30-year mortgage. This isn't even considering inflation. If I went to another state though, I'd have the down payment now. But I'd be away from my family. Another season of Hunter x Hunter. Everything in the other comments may become true, but not this one. A GF. A BF. Asterisk. My shit together. A baby duck. I want a baby duck. You can just go and get a duck. It's not like they're illegal to keep. My friend had a few, 4, until a hawk started picking them off. Now they have 1 and a baseball bat covered in hawk blood. And the eggs were delicious. Duck eggs make the best baked goods. A life-saving operation. I have inoperable pancreatic cancer due to its proximity to a major artery. Everyone we have spoken to has dismissed surgery as a viable option. It sucks. Not looking for attention but a happy life. Happiness and GF. A job I don't actively hate. A partner. Companionship. Disclaimer. This is childish and not a real thing. But I'd love to have my family's championship belt. We were a family who would gather around and watch wrestling every Monday night growing up. During the week between Mondays we'd have fake fights. Crowning so and so champion. My older brother usually held the title because he was bigger than me. I finally became champion on a technicality because I pinned him when he was napping one day on the floor. That all ended when my uncle came by and squeezed my testicles while pinning me. He's held the title since 1998. And I tried many attempts to get the title back. But it always ended up with the same result of him squeezing my testicles before pinning me. Bro. Order a cup on Amazon and get yourself a rematch. I believe in you. I want to hang out with an elephant for a day. I don't even know why I want this. But an eye developed by Google. Billions of dollars. Would you settle for $1 billion hairs? This is dumb, but a Toyota Supra. I remember when I was in high school working a part-time job, they were about $22,000 for a really decent one. Specifically a few black on black 6-speed twin turbo sit at around this price. Now most of them cost well over $60k plus and sometimes even float into the 6 digits depending on mileage. It was attainable back then, but like a lot of 90s cars, the nostalgia factor is coming to bite collectors and fans in the ass. Not dumb at all. If I was mega rich with a car collection, you can bet I'd have a bunch of late 90s and early zeros icons. You're gonna pay way more than what those cars are worth for any clean or unmodified example from that era. If I had the money though, I'd still buy them because those were the cars I idolized as a kid. Half-Life 3. At least we'll have Alex and I can cover my pain with a virtual reality headset. My perfect soulmate. Dude. I used to feel the same way. I stopped looking for my perfect match and tried finding someone fun. My wife and I couldn't be more different. I'm a super nerd who loves expensive ass toys, documentaries, Star Wars, etc. My wife listens to country music, likes reality TV, and loves football. We have 2 amazing daughters. One nerd and one teenager who likes mainstream teenage stuff. We have a great life even though we are polar opposites and are total soulmates. My point is, your soulmate might not be what you expect. If I was looking for a soulmate instead of someone to have fun with, I would have missed meeting my soulmate. A Tesla. I scrimped and scrounged to get by while working to start a small business. Money is coming in these days. Enough to support me getting a Tesla. But not enough to make me confident in my ability to keep it long enough to pay it off. Honestly, being so poor and working so hard gave me a new appreciation for things. By the time I increase my pay enough, I'll probably end up buying something cheaper anyway. There's still the possibility of getting a used one in a few years. Freedom from debt. A house in Vancouver. This one just cracked me up. I wasn't expecting it. I'd love to move back, but real estate prices are so prohibitive that it's funny. A normal life. I've got some severe mental health problems, but can't afford to get them diagnosed and fixed. On top of that is the fact I've most likely damaged my brain by drugs a couple months back. Head into a financial situation where I can literally do what I want. To travel the world. To see the Andromeda collision. Healthy. As a 27-year-old Crohn's patient with more than 75 surgeries under my belt, all I want is to be healthy enough to lead a semi-normal life. Hold down a job. Have some independence. Maintain relationships. Not have to decide whether I'd like to use my remaining energy to cook myself a meal or take a shower. Because God knows I can't do both. I'm not looking for a cure. Just quality of life. An apology. I'm sorry. A child. Just grab one. My old self life back. I've always wanted to buy a church. I'd use the back part as a living area. The main part would function as a place for homeless people to sleep in the winter, and a hostel for the rest of the year to make some money. I'm sure it won't happen, but it's a nice idea. Ducking like and subscribe.